Emem. Emem. What will we do with you, girl? Let's up her education and deduction skills because we don't want a stupid girl walking around. Up her rhetoric because I think that's important for a socially minded individual such as our Emem. Actually, since we're there, let's also up her. This is 25, so that's not much. I want to boost her social, and let's give her one more since we boosted her social. I think maybe psychology. I think that's it. I don't think I have enough for anything else. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so let's review. We boosted her social, her overall social, which requires now one less willpower. Nice. Also manually boosted her rhetoric as well as her psychology. We boosted her deduction and her education, and we boosted her aspects. Yeah, and we boosted her aspects. And that's all we gave for the girl. So let's apply. And let's, oh. We got a problem, Hazel.
I'm guessing you tipped Pizori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. But you're not making it easy for me. I still can't believe you annihilated the Harford Chantry.
I didn't annihilate them.
Was of the utmost importance. We were very close.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I did not annihilate the Harford Chantry. I just rescued the person that did. I feel like I'm not my fault. It's not my fault. Sounds very whiny, so I'm just not gonna say anything because I'm not disappointed in myself because I didn't do shit.
What a disappointment.
Yeah, well, you can be disappointed.
That's enough brooding. That's not why I brought you here. I have a new favor to ask.
You sure? You want to give me another one?
Surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look.
Plan B.
Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delson?
We need to blind them from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
Girl.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You're in no position to negotiate, not after the Hartford fiasco. You should be grateful you're getting a second chance to prove your worth.
Third chance,
It's your
technically.
chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, Emem.
Emem doesn't
this,
want to be on the
you'll
council.
Be untouchable.
I sure hope so.
She just wants to be
Alright.
left alone to her
How
bars
do I
and
get on
clubs.
this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
Unless someone's memorized all the
Your
information.
plan
I'm
sounds
kidding.
pretty old school.
I'm kidding.
There's no way to do that remotely.
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able
But
to
maybe they
breach
can at
their
least get their money
security.
back.
Their
Broke ass
network's too
bitches.
highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see.
Who would I take?
Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not possible. We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
2 people.
So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy.
Is Kurt gonna
You'll
pop
need a
out the
diversion
shadows and
while
help
you
me?
sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I
already
refuse
sent
to
some?
sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The Anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
Oh.
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to
You
thin their
wanna
herd.
use them as pawns?
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces
Oh,
will join
Hazel,
up with
you
them.
bitch.
The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
That is sneaky as hell.
Send someone else to negotiate. A real emissary.
You saw what happened last
No
time.
one else knows the Anarchs as well
Our
as you
first
do.
got
They
annihilated.
go to your clubs, don't they? They know who you are. They know they can trust you.
I barely know them. I see a couple of them once in a while, but that's it. We're not exactly friends.
You're still in the best position to negotiate with them.
Yeah,
It's still not fair.
I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered.
Yeah,
It's-
that's exactly what this is.
Despicable.
It really
It's
is.
just politics.
Ooh.
And it's probably your only chance to come back in one
Good
piece.
people don't say shit like
What
that.
if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your
Good people don't say
conscience
shit like
is
that
no
either.
concern to me. The only thing that
Good people don't say shit like that
is
either.
our survival. And too bad if it
Oh
keeps
my
you
god,
up
are we
at
the
night.
bad guys?
The true face of the Camarilla.
You have no idea, sis. Alright, let's move on.
Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. They're Baron.
Ooh, who is
Randall
it?
Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region.
Okay.
I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who
Journey?
I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors.
What money?
Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
It's a lie.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task. Not even your
You
son.
got nothing to offer them. It's just
I
bullshit.
don't want the council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, Emem.
Emem
Be careful,
wasn't.
and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
Emem wasn't gonna talk to Hilda anyway, so it's like, I'm having a hell of a day, so I'm gonna play my feelings away. Oh, that rhymes. Because I couldn't like close out of the last one immediately after Caleb's conversation with Hazel, I had to see the beginning of Emem's conversation with Hazel. So this is like days after I started that. If I remember correctly, Hazel told Caleb to pretend to be a dead body and sneak his way into like the Society of Leopold or something like that. And he was like, what's plan B? Like how are we going to make sure the thing's going to work? And she was basically like, I got this. I'll take care of plan A, B, C, D, 3, 2, 1. I got this. But she wasn't going to tell him anything. And I'm sitting here like, she's definitely got like a backup plan. So turns out one of her plans is to have Emem act as a distraction or cause a distraction. And that'll be her part. She causes the distraction. This will allow Caleb.
There you are.
Oh, Hilda. Caleb to be able to
I'm
sneak in
sorry I
and do
wasn't
an
here to meet you
assassination
when you
thing.
got back. I was busy.
No worries.
I heard your little adventure with our guests didn't go so well.
News sure travels fast.
Damn right.
I fucked up. That's all there is to it.
Oh, I know.
Did
that
I fuck
face.
up though?
You're upset. Hazel tore you a new one, didn't she?
What is
Yeah.
Hilda's thing? What is she doing right now?
Can we talk about something else, please?
What are you?
I
What are
was
you up
just
to?
about to go grab a bite. Join me?
Is that a question or an order?
Ooh,
Let's say it's a strong recommendation. One you can't really refuse.
then it's an order.
That's what it sounded like. Please, lead the way.
Very well.
She gives me like manipulative partner vibes.
Is there something in particular you wanted to talk to me about?
Can't I simply offer you a drink without you reading something into it?
No.
No.
All right, fine. Your new mission has been giving me pause to think.
How do you
I'm
know?
sorry, but I can't talk about it.
Also, she doesn't
Hazel
know?
made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Emem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike
on the
me.
other hand?
Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
What do you know?
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Try me. Ugh, part of me kind of feels for Hilda considering I now know what happened between them, and it'd be so much easier if it was it'd be so much easier if it were a black and white thing, but it's not, which is like the problem. But it did still show that Hilda put her neck out for Emem. Let's try this.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. I'm sorry. You're
I'm not
right.
actually
You're my
sorry.
sire. I should believe you. And I do. We good? Would you tell me what you know? Please.
Seriously, you don't think you're laying it on a little too thick?
Not at all.
You can be such
Y'all
a
need a
pain
therapist.
sometimes.
This is not a healthy
Hazel's a
relationship.
smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well, let's move on.
That is like I said, Hazel seems like the kind of person who has multiple plans embedded in plans. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that she has a bigger plan for Emem, or really any of the 3 lead cast members. But I also don't think that Hilda's acting in like a altruistic fashion. Like, oh my god, I'm here because I care about, you and your freedom and your ability to make your own decisions and whatever. It's just manipulation. It's just like, bitch, please. But if they're gonna, I feel at the same time like they're clearly all playing mind games. This entire game is just people playing mind games. So, it's either you keep up or you get fucked up, So at this point, let's play some fucking mind games. Fine. Hilda wants to use Emem. Hazel wants to use Emem. Let's pick the path that will most benefit Emem. And the rest of them, if it happens to coincide with one of the other two's plans, then that's what we're gonna do. I don't think it's gonna coincide with Hilda's plans, because Hilda seems like she just wants to put a shackle around Emem's neck and just keep her in a little box forever. Whereas Hazel, she wants to use Emem, but she wants to use Emem to gain power and stuff. Does that mean that means to me that while she's very likely to throw Emem underneath the bus, just under the fucking train, if it'll benefit her, it also means that if raising Emem up or giving her certain freedoms or certain abilities or accesses will benefit her, Hazel will do that as well. Hilda only wants one thing, whereas Hazel's plan will adjust based on what's most beneficial to her at any given moment. So I'm thinking from the point of view of Emem, we're gonna go with Hazel, because at this point Hazel's plan is gonna be the more beneficial one, even if it is at this point very dangerous. It's still closer to what Emem would want than Hilda's plan. Let's start here.
The reports from Richard and Leisha are truly frightening. I never thought I'd see a day like this.
Predators never see themselves as prey. We're going to have to be extremely cautious if we want to survive.
Do you have any plans?
No, I'm waiting for Hazel's orders. We're dependent on her now more than ever.
I 100% feel like she has a backup plan. I'm trying not to make the same mistake I made with Caleb, where I used up all of my willpower in conversations that don't matter, and I want to do a little bit more exploring. Also, see if I can go downstairs, because there was stuff down there for Caleb, but maybe there's stuff down there that Emem can make use of as well. But just like with Caleb, there was a limited amount of willpower that he had access to, so I feel like the same is with Emem, and I don't know what conversations I'll be having later on that are going to require more willpower. I don't think this one's worth it. I'm sure she has a backup plan. It's so hard in this game, because in every other game it feels like they want you to like try as many dialogue options as you possibly can. Maybe there's some like you either have this or you have that opportunities, but it's so rare to see where there's like you can ask for more questions or you could change the subject and they don't let you ask for more questions without there being some kind of price. It's so rare, and it's like because I want to ask. Oh, she has a chance of focusing. I want to try all the options I have access to, but I can't, because I don't think this is worth it, because I know for a fact that Emem is the backup plan, and Leisha's probably a backup plan after Emem. Emem doesn't know that, but I know that, and I don't think it's worth it. This one I do think is a little bit worth it. Ooh, that is a hard tie. I don't have anything boosting me, so like I could get it, or I could very well lose. I could do this, but if she focuses as well, which I feel like she might, that's a loss. But I'm willing to take that risk on this one. Let's see if she focuses. She doesn't. Woo! Woo! Oh wow, that was a high risk.
You sure seem ticked at the prince.
We've got different political views, that's all. It's rather healthy, actually. There's nothing worse than a council that's enthralled to its prince.
That I can believe. But it seemed like there was something else. What?
Is it jealousy?
I'm worried about you. That's all.
It's jealousy.
I've seen Hazel spin her web around other
I don't think
kindred.
Hazel's interested in
I'm
Emem in
worried
that
she's
way.
doing the same thing with you.
Playing the cynic. I'd say you were just jealous.
I don't want her throne, Emem. I'm just fine where I am.
Wrong thing.
But since you don't believe me, go take a look around. I'm sure you'll find the answers to your questions. Just a bit of friendly advice.
Okay, let's talk about the memories.
I wanted to ask you about something a little weird, if you've got a couple minutes.
I'm all ears. Is something wrong?
Where's the Tremere
Well,
mark?
it's just... when I went to visit the Tremere, I saw things that were kind of like memories.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Is that it? I
crazy.
see it. I
was like
fucking see it.
I
Sorry.
travel back in time. I got to watch our breakup all over again.
I see it. It's under the
right.
scarf.
Did you see anything else?
I see it. Wow, how did I not notice it? Well, again, I wasn't looking, so how would I know to notice it? That's so crazy. So it's literally like it's a physical mark. It's crazy. My attack, I saw everything. Let's try to do it in the order. She was embraced first, then attacked. No, she was embraced, then they escaped, then they attacked, then she had the trial. So let's do it in that order.
I saw my embrace.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were giving
Yeah.
good head, apparently.
It was
Shout out.
weird. We were so happy back then. I was, at least.
So was I.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were real happy.
Remember the night we learned about France's surrender in 1940?
Vaguely. Why?
I heard his speech on the radio. We were in Bordeaux.
Wow, you sure have a knack for remembering the happier memories.
I didn't get
We'll
to
get there.
decide. They were there. That's all.
We'll get to the bad ones.
I saw the night I was attacked. The blood bond. I heard their voices again. Their laughter.
Emem.
I'm fine. I know at least one of them paid for what they did to me.
Yeah.
I guess this is probably the only person she could talk to about this, because no one would know these memories better than Hilda.
I saw my trial for destroying pro bono.
Who named him?
You
Who named
warned
that
me
character?
about King, but I wouldn't listen. And you paid
Bring
the
that person
price
to the
for my
front.
mistake.
I know. It's all right, Mem. It's all in the past.
Is it though? This is a tough one, because on one hand, I think I like ranted about it in the episode where we did that, where it was like Emem was a victim and she deserved justice. And I think especially in a world like Vampire, like the World of Darkness, where they don't really play with like year-long lawsuits where like if you fuck up you will be destroyed, and that's just how this works. She had a right to the destruction of that man after the crimes that were committed against her. In this world, I mean, in the human world, he'd probably go to court and then go to jail, whatever. Me personally, I think any kind of like domestic or sexual violence should be, the consequences for that should be as bad as they can possibly be. We don't do torture in the average prison, but I'm like, if you touching someone in the wrong way or you harming someone in that kind of way, hot coals on your nuts, like starter, like just as the appetizer, just the appetizer. We can start there, and then let's see how creative the girls can get. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I fully side with Emem, and she had a right to like get her vengeance, in my opinion. I also side with Hilda in that King was never going to listen to her. Everything Hilda said was right, and everything Hilda said exactly what happened. I do think Hilda should have gone about it in a different way, as opposed to just saying, be quiet and don't say anything, keep your head down, everything will be fine. Because there's a point where your quality of life matters more than just the fact that you're alive, and having to sit with that for the rest of your life, just in your spirit, knowing that you were victimized, and the person's walking around just doing it to other people, living their life, not ever having to deal with the consequences of their action. That is traumatic and awful, and no one should have to do that. I feel like ideal Hilda and Emem should have like walked up on this guy and done it together, but anyway, but that's not what happened. Hilda was right, and she was trying to warn her. And I feel bad because the consequences of it was that Emem was ready to accept the consequences of her actions. She did that knowingly. Like, she knew what was going to happen, and she was ready to take that L. Hilda was not ready for the consequences, which is why she refused to take part, which is why she said don't do anything. And yet the consequences fell on the person who had chosen to sit out of it. And so there's a part of me that's like, an apology is needed. I don't necessarily feel like Emem owes Hilda an apology. I think King owes Hilda an apology. But I do think Hilda deserves an apology. Hilda deserves some kind of something for having to take responsibility when she knowingly refused to be a part of it. So it's like, it's weird, but I think I want to apologize to her only because I feel like it'll help their relationship, and that might be beneficial in the long. Like I said, we're all playing mind games. So regardless of whether I think Emem owes Hilda an apology, this might be more helpful in repairing their bonds, and that might benefit Emem closer to endgame. Or it might be irrelevant, but I'm willing to like try that. But I do feel bad that Hilda had to be the one to take that. Like, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. I don't think anyone should have had to be punished for that guy dying. He deserved it. I think he should have died and just been dead, fucker. But King is now dead too, so you know, ups and downs.
No, that's not true. You still have that goddamn mark on your neck. I'm so sorry. I never meant for you to pay for my mistakes. You didn't deserve that.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. But you're not the one who branded me. King did that.
I know. Ugh, what I wouldn't give to have him here right now so I can make him pay.
Girl, yes.
Imagine. But don't worry about it. Someone will eventually pay him in kind.
Is he still alive? Oh yeah, he just went missing, didn't he? He didn't... I figured that he went east or whatever with the rest of the Beckoned. I didn't... But no, I think we only know that he disappeared. Which is interesting, because if he simply disappeared and Wyatt or Alvarez has his blood, then he might... Oh my fucking god. Sorry. The possibilities are just flashing in my brain now. The Leopold Society could have him tied up in their basement. The Hartford Chantry, they could have had him tied up in their basement. People are trying to get him overthrown. There's an entire organization just bent on getting him out of power and replacing him with one of theirs. They could have him tied up in their basement. I assume that he died, but now I don't remember if I actually read anything about him being destroyed. That plus the blood situation is like, there are a lot of possibilities there that all of them would be fun to explore. But right now, we've got other things to do.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine
I'd gained
how
a trait.
traumatizing it must have been. It's never good to go stirring up the past.
Facts.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thanks for sharing.
At least not
with me.
without like a mental health care professional on hand.
I gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Just a sec. I know Hazel told you not to talk about it. But please, at least tell me where you're headed.
I don't think I'm going to. I don't want to. Oh my god, I'm fucked. I don't think I have a choice. She's like focusing. The chances of me winning this are not good, but I don't want to tell her, because the second she said that, my first thought was Hilda's the traitor. That was my I have nothing to support that or anything to like beef that up with or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if, because I feel like I'm gonna fail this, which is gonna suck, because like that's 6 willpower just to fucking fail. Like what? I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if I went and then they knew I was coming. But they don't know about Caleb because I didn't elaborate. I think if I had elaborated, if I had said something like plan B, then she probably would have come to terms like, oh, Caleb is probably going or something like that. And then they'd be prepared for it. They're not prepared for Caleb, but they might be prepared for me, because there's absolutely no fucking way Emem is going to win this persuasion. I want to try, but my chances are so bad, and I feel like it would be a waste of willpower that might be better used somewhere else. And oh, this sucks. I hate this. I don't think it's worth the 6 willpower, but I kind of want it. 41% is tough. That is tough. And I don't know who else I'm going to be talking to, especially since I have to go snooping in April's room. If April finds me, I need to be able to defend myself against April. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. Oh god, no, I don't want to tell her. Ew, I hate this.
You're unbelievable.
The air is thick in here. You can understand my concern,
Fuck
can't
you, Hilda. I apologize.
I'm going to see the Anarchs.
Oh, right, I forgot
What?
about the Anarchs.
It's a long story. I'll explain when I get back. I've really gotta go.
All right. Be careful.
Right, the distraction is Anarchs versus... I completely forgot about that part. The distraction is meant to be Anarchs versus the Leopold Society. Oh my god, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like followed me or something. Granted, Hilda hasn't given me any clear reason to expect her betrayal. The only thing I know about Hilda right now is that she would prefer that Emem stays safe as opposed to all the stuff I've already seen, as opposed to being in a dangerous situation. But, and other than that, I have no, and that doesn't really align with her betraying. But I also know she doesn't like Hazel. Could it be jealousy? Possibly. It could be jealousy. Can I take the elevator down? Oh. Ooh, Caleb's gonna be mad. Caleb's gonna be
It's unfortunate,
furious.
but I understand. You're not used to having kindred pay attention to you. But there's been a misunderstanding. You aren't of any importance to me whatsoever.
Oh, I'm sorry if I led you to believe otherwise. That was not my intention.
I'll be
he's
leaving
ending
now.
it.
Farewell, Feng.
I expected nothing less of you. Goodbye, Mr. Underwood.
Ooh. Ooh, that was funny. That was... Wait, can I talk to him?
Underwood.
I'm
No,
too
Lewis,
close to
I
this
don't have
man.
time.
Fuck.
Save your clever remarks for another time.
Where are you running off to like that?
The Red Salon. Our prince seems to think the address has been compromised. I have to clean up before the humans get there.
That's why you're being such an asshole to everyone? You don't want us to be sad if you don't come back?
I'm trying to avoid another lawsuit. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Interesting. Let's see how Feng's doing. That is a feety person. What does he look like? Yeah, he's the guy who I said looked like an actor. Where did Feng go? Oh, there she is. Let's have a little conversation with our girl. So he was just basically doing what Caleb told him to do.
Good evening.
Miss Lewis.
Please, don't call me that.
Please.
Emem will do just fine.
Oh, all right. Emem.
She looks suspicious. How is she? Let's see how she's doing. Do I want to drop? I don't want to drop any kind of willpower into that. Let's just see what happens. Oh, it's a tie. Oh, yeah, of course it's a tie. I'm stupid. Of course it's a tie. Ayy, nice.
Things have been pretty crazy the past few nights. How are you holding up?
It's very kind of you to be concerned about me. I'm worried about Mr. Bazori, that's all. The prince's faith in him has put him on the front line. I'm afraid something will happen to him.
You're gonna have to learn how to keep a cool head if you want to survive here. You're surrounded by sharks.
With fangs.
I'm used to being surrounded by predators.
But these ones
Then
have actual
You shouldn't be
fangs.
too far out of your element here.
I heard you hated this place, and yet you're still here.
It's not that easy to leave the Camarilla.
Your friend did, though.
That was my mistake.
We still haven't decided if it was a mistake yet. She called him Mr.
Did Bazori
Bazori.
tell you not to trust me?
Girl.
I don't trust anyone. It's not personal.
Your sire gives good advice.
Oh, I didn't need Mr. Bazori to teach me that.
I've met neonates who are more worried than you. And they'd already been embraced.
I know I'm not in the greatest position, but it's only temporary.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Caleb is valued by the court. There's no reason to refuse his request.
Hazel could decide he's already had enough children. Underwood takes up enough
How do you
space
pronounce
as it
that?
is.
With all due respect, Mr. Underwood had his day. Ms. Iverson is a modern woman. I've got every chance.
Feng is becoming a little bit more interesting.
You haven't been at court for long. Where did you learn to hold your own with monsters like them?
I think my job has something to do with it.
What do you do?
I'm in economics. I'm a researcher studying the blue economy.
Oh, right, I forgot. I made a mem just smart enough.
So you're a tree hugger?
A
Something like
mem.
that. I'm sure that a different future is possible. A future that's more intelligent.
And yet, you want to become immortal. Isn't that kind of a paradox? Eternal unlife and finite resources aren't really a good match.
That's true, unless eternity is given to the right people, and is used sparingly.
So, you're one of the right people?
Yes,
So then,
I'm sure that I am.
who are the wrong people? That's in. I have
Your sire doesn't look like he's going to
opinions
show
about
up.
people who have her kind
He's
of
a
thought
busy man.
process.
That's unfortunate for you. Zori's not the only person with the full plate. I've gotta go.
It's been a pleasure.
Have a good evening, Feng.
You too, Miss Lewis.
Nothing will ever surprise me more than the hubris of humanity. Like, it's actually hilarious. But so what that reminded me of, specifically, I'll talk while I run. Oh yeah, should I talk to Sylvia, see if she's got anything
Hey,
new?
Sylvia.
Hey, how are things? Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. So I was watching. So I'm a huge, like, I love Dragon Age. The entire series is like, I love it. There was a Netflix show that came out recently. I forgot what it was called, but it was in the world of like it's in the world of the Dragon Age type stuff. And let's see if I'm able to go down. Oh, I can't. I don't have access. Well, let's go upstairs and we'll go the long way so I can talk. But in the show, I was watching with my best friend. I'm like, we're gonna watch it together because we both love Dragon Age so much. There was this is, by the way, a huge spoiler. So if you haven't seen it, we'll take care of that. There was go to timestamps and skip. There was a character who we thought she was one of the good people, but the moment I realized that like she wasn't was when she was explaining her reasoning, and she spoke in a way that's very much all or nothing. And people who speak like that, I wish I could, well, let me think if I can get like a more specific. Right, so bad things had happened to her and her people, and she wanted revenge. And her mentality was like, the people who involved deserve to be punished, and if other people get in the way, they can go too. And I'm like, people who think like that are
I'm sorry, ma'am, but if you're looking for Mr. Underwood, I think he just left.
Are very specific kind of people. Anyone who kind of like paints an entire, just like waves a large umbrella over any kind of group, as in this group of people deserve to live, these group of people deserve to die, and there's no such thing as innocence. Your group determines your identity, and your identity determines your fate. Those kind of people need to be watched very carefully, because they're usually the kind of people who will commit some of the worst crimes, even under the guise of like goodness. Because what she's talking about and the way she sounds is giving very eugenics, right? There's a right kind of people, there's a right thing to do, these are like, there's a right kind of future. The future needs to be more intelligent. How is she defining these words, and who does not fall within those categories? And what are her what does she want?
I'm sorry, you can't go in there.
And what is the future for the people that don't fall within her little framework of reality, of like the best way for the world to be? You know what I mean? So like, it's not like when the person's on your
I
side,
didn't think he was into this kind of thing.
you might not notice it because you're just thinking, well, they're good
Dajan
people.
left.
Oh my God, he left.
Sinking ship.
Gail said the same thing. 1 second. Let me read this. My prince, I would like to believe that you still trust me as you once did, but you do not, and I am unable to understand your sudden suspicion of me, especially at this crucial juncture. Boston has never been my city. I am here for its prince, you. I have carefully considered the situation, and I have come to the unfortunate conclusion that you will no longer listen to me on any subject at all. Yet, I always believed I was acting in your best interest. I feel that there is nothing left for me here, and it's time that I joined my kind, to share my knowledge with those who will certainly need it. I will never forget the years I've spent here in your service, and I leave knowing that Boston is in the best possible hands, yours. Farewell, with no ill will and no regrets, I hope. Your eternally devoted servant, Dajan's Yaka. Yeah, no, she's not going to take that bullshit. She's going to be furious, and there will be consequences, probably. She'll never trust him again. That ain't none of my business, though. Interesting how he left his tarot cards. I have a friend who has tarot cards. She wouldn't leave these. But just everything is still here. But yeah, the kind of like it's all well and good when the person's on your side and you're just like, oh yeah, no, they want what's best for the world, and there's good and then there's bad, and all that's all there is to it. But one of like my favorite video game characters said one of my favorite things ever said in video games, and that was that to kind of sum it up, I'm talking about Iron Bull, he may not like the Tevinters? I think it's Tevinter. It's Tevinter, right? But he's not going to, that dislike for Tevinter and the government, the organization as a whole, does not extend to the individuals, which is why he's able to have
destroy anything we don't need. Keep what's important. Do I make myself clear?
Well, damn, April.
Yes, Miss Bosley.
You're a good kid, Lazarus.
Kid?
I need a drink. Now, shake a leg.
I've been at this for hours.
Really?
Old hag.
Oh, did you just call her old hag?
Double time.
If we don't work faster, Hazel's gonna freak out.
I can't wait to be done with this.
That's good. That too. And that.
What a nightmare.
What's that?
It's chaos
ID
here.
Card? 1963? Obsolete. Hey, Emem. Sorry, we're a little busy here.
Y'all just walking into a wall. Get out of here. I'm gonna just go through everybody's room now that they're not there. But yeah, he's like he doesn't like Tevinter as a group, as an organization, etc., etc. But that same dislike of Tevinter, the group, the government, the nation, does not apply to individual people. They get to determine their own fate, which is how he's able to have his second command be a person from Tevinter. And I'm like, that to me is the most ideal way of thinking. You might dislike an organization, a group, a unit, but the individuals, their actions should speak for themselves. If they align with their organization, then they can fall underneath that as well. But if they are like, I'm from this background, but I choose this direction instead, then you should treat them as the person that chose that direction. You don't treat them like everything else. But when you put a blanket over everyone like that, and you just determine like this is this and that is that, I feel like those people are capable of some of the worst evils. They can do some of the most good because they don't have to think about the gray, and they can just like spread goodness to everyone just wild. But they can do some of the worst evil because they can spread evil to everyone just wild as well. They can just be like, all the good people, here's this, everyone who's bad, here's this, and they don't ever consider that some people don't quite fit into those categories. So listening to her talk, for me, that's just setting off red flags. Like, she might be super pro the environment and pro long life for humans' existence, but she clearly has ideas of who deserves to live and who deserves to live in certain conditions and who doesn't. And that brings me back to hubris. Why does she get to decide that? Who is she to make that decision for everyone on the planet when she's clearly someone who has benefited from some kinds of privilege? I'm gonna get to that. I'm called away from the court on urgent business. I know we are under the strictest confinement, but if I emerge from this crisis ruined, the entire Camarilla of Boston will be damaged. Besides, a member of the Primogen should be able to come and go as he pleases. I'll be back as soon as possible. Who the hell? Find which ornate key. Whose office is this? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so, because I remember reading her little, Underwood's little blurb about her, and it seems like she's done a lot of very impressive things. I don't actually remember, but I'm pretty sure she came from pretty nice upbringings. She wasn't coming from like the slums or anything. She came from a pretty decent background, came to America, went to college, did a bunch of wonderful stuff. So I'm like, your life experiences are limited. You have not experienced everything that they could possibly be. You don't know what it is to like actually have to fight the way some other people do, and yet you're determining that you have a right to determine their future. She could very much say anyone who's born poor is too dumb to live. And so, like, all of the good that she does in the world will not go to them. Am I making assumptions about her? Yes. But I'm going based off of her words and the way she said them and her tone. And her vibe is very much giving, like, some kind of twisted spin on eugenics. Or it's like, I'm not trying to cut people out because of these things. I'm going to cut them out because of these environmentally wonderful. She seems like someone who'd be like, the planet is too populated. We should commit genocide. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting from her, which is a little unfortunate because I think that the initial idea that she is someone who wants good for the world and wants to do well and has done well with blue economy and a lot of philanthropic stuff will blind most people to the fact that she's probably also incredibly cutthroat and might be vicious. And I think that's what's happened with Gabe. He's seeing all of the good she's doing, and he's assuming that she will continue to do that kind of good and she'll do it for everyone. But she's already determined that some people are not worthy of eternal life. And it's like, babe, you haven't even gotten it yet. You're not even in the club, and yet you've decided that some people are not worthy to be in the club. Who are you? Like, it's so, everything about it is just like setting off lights in my head. I'm like, this bitch is on some sketch shit. I feel like if Caleb was like, actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want you to have eternal life. I think you can do better things as a human. You just live your little human life and do the best you can. I feel like she'd throw a fit. I feel like she would go fucking berserk. She would tell everybody vampires exist. Or she'd probably go after Berel and be like, can you make me your child? I feel like she would immediately try to find the next best thing. Because the idea of living eternally and getting the opportunity to like go through with her plans without the limitation of a human life, there's no way she would say no to that. And I'm like, nah. But then again, that makes her a perfect venture, doesn't it? Nothing but ambition. Sorry, that was a long rant. Some of y'all are probably just waiting for me to fucking shut up and read. All right, I'm here. I'm back. I hope I'm really bad at explaining things, so I hope any of that made sense. I'm working on it. I need to work on being succinct. Anyways, from Barrett Underwood to me. Oh, this is Abigail. So was that letter Abigail's? I guess I'll find out. Real estate report. Dear Abigail, as a member of the council, I request that you provide me with a detailed report on the domain's most recent real estate acquisitions. I am particularly interested in what's going on in the South End, especially Sowa. I thank you in advance for your diligence and your usual discretion, Barrett Underwood. This sounds like the kind of emails that I be getting at work. Anyway, just nothing but insincerity, just dripping with lies and fake pleasantries. Sorry, Mr. Underwood. Dear Mr. Underwood, I'm so sorry, but not authorized to disclose information about Mrs. Iverson's personal affairs. Sincerely, Abigail. From Barrett Underwood to me, Abigail. I understand and I applaud your caution, but what pertains to the domain cannot be kept secret, especially from a member of the council. Not even like a sincerely or best or like a Barrett Underwood. Just to the point. All right, dear Mr. Underwood, I am well aware of your prerogatives as a member of the council. I also know that for a request of this kind, you need a level 3 authorization. Therefore, I would recommend that you contact April Bosley or discuss this directly with Mrs. Iverson. Sincerely, Abigail. Come on. You can make one little exception to save us some time. I know how much you like pretty apartments. I own a few lofts myself and I don't use very much. I could give one to a friend. I've never seen a more blatant attempt at bribery in my life. He didn't even try to slip it in. I was like, you're supposed to be a businessman. This is terrible. And you left the paper trail? Nate, you dumb. Like, you're supposed to be like a huge corrupt businessman. This is like the worst way to try to bribe someone. It's so obvious. Mr. Underwood, dear Mr. Underwood, we've been talking about this for 4 nights now. It seems to me that you would have saved yourself some time by just following the rules. What's so interesting about SOA? Sincerely, Abigail. I heard a rumor that the offices of a new and highly influential blog on the East Coast have fallen into Miss Iverson's grasp. Maybe I'm interested in freedom of the press. Name your price. Dude! Dude. I'm going to have to ask you to stop insisting. I am, of course, available for further questions within the limitations of the court's rules, of course. Sincerely, Abigail. Dear Mr. Underwood, I received the handwritten note you left on my desk. However, this is an intrusion into my workspace, which is strictly personal. Out of respect for what you represent, this will remain between us, but it will not change my decision. Sincerely, Abigail. Dear Mr. Underwood, I have the unfortunate impression that my office and apartment have been searched. Luckily for us, all of Miss Iverson's sensitive documents are safe and sound. You'll be happy to know that you can still speak to Mrs. Bosley regarding your previous request. Sincerely, Abigail. This guy's fucking insane. Dear Mr. Underwood, I noticed a servant following me the other night. I think he's one of yours. I'd appreciate it if you'd ask him to stop. Sincerely, Abigail. From Underwood, I don't know what you're talking about. Back to Abigail. Dear Mr. Underwood, if you happen to find that you're missing a servant, a tall Asian-looking man wearing a blue suit, don't bother looking for him. I'm afraid something bad may have happened to him. Sincerely, Abigail. They're little bitch. I'm sorry. That was fantastic. That was such a fucking read. He said, can I have this information? She's started out so professionally. Can I have this info? She's like, nah, nigga, ask. No, go follow the fucking rules. Go ask the person you're supposed to be asking. Get out of my face. And he's like, I will bribe you. Here's money, here's an apartment. She's like, no thanks. Shout out to April for being a real one, first of all. She's loyal, she's dependable, she has a spine of fucking steel, and I respect it. And then he's like, I'm gonna search your house, and she's still like being so pro about it. Like, yeah, the stuff you're looking for, you didn't find it. And then he's like, what was the next thing? Was it immediately the servant? Yeah, and then he's like, I'm gonna stalk you. And then she's like, dude, you're stalking me. I know you're doing it. Stop. Just stop. This is embarrassing for both of us. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, bet. You don't know what I'm talking about? So this person isn't yours? Okay, cool. Then you won't have a problem with me absolutely digesting him. And she did just that. Little bitch. Wow, you're a little bitch. Fucking embarrassing. Okay, let's look at her email from Journey. I need you to track down the file in the Solstice Party. Page 3 should be of interest to you. Did I ever get a chance to read page 3? I don't even remember if I ever got the. I saw like the blue ink. It was like, meet me here so we can talk or something like that. But I don't think I ever actually read page 3. And then Jason Moore. Dear Miss Narumi, I think that's it. Further to Miss Iverson's request, I will need a detailed list of projects under the joint management between her and the various members of the council. Your eternal servant, Jason Moore. Dear Mr. Moore, someone will come to your place around 1. He will hand over the list to you. Sincerely, Abigail Narumi. Dear Miss Narumi, your messenger is just leaving. I will be able to get to work now. Thank you very much. Your eternal servant, Jason Moore. See, this is how you do things. Like, this is how you do this properly. Fucking professional. Jason over here threatening niggas and shit. Like, what? A member of the Primogen should be able to come and go. See, please, I'll be back as soon as possible. Okay, so I guess my question is, who is this from? It could be Siaka, but then it was very clear that Siaka did not leave temporarily. This man ran away. So maybe he left that note just to kind of give him a chance to give him some time to get away.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
Okay, I've already seen a lot of this with Caleb. Give him a chance to get away, or that could be from someone else. But I can't think of any other Primogen that are.
Jay. She must be with Saul by now.
I can't think of any other Primogen.
Is it Kala Sa?
That are.
Jay always got along well with her sire. Lucky bitch.
That are missing. Oh, I took something. Business card. Oh, I got it. Oh, so I could have gotten. I wonder if that would have worked. No, I believe his are coins. His willpower tokens are coins. Oh, they're still walking into the wall over there. Looks like a little issue with the game. That door shouldn't be closed. Whoops. Sucks for them. I don't have the same problem. Let's check out April's room before anyone.
I'd better hurry. If Zeus had chosen flower to reign over all others, the rose would be queen.
It's ironic. I hate roses. Let's start with the computer. April to group last minute checklist. Dear all of the most important guests will likely arrive late. Be ready by 3. Okay, I think I already read all of this. Berel Underwood, please don't embarrass us at heart. Okay. I think this is what I need. No, it's not. Oh, maybe these. Nothing. It's gotta be something. Oh. Crystal Alexander. Okay. What am I looking for anyway? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm over here thinking I'm supposed to be going through her room. I'm supposed to be getting into April's office. Oh, bitch. This is dangerous because I have to use this to get into April's office. How do I get out of April's office? Is there another elevator that'll take me to
a direct route to the prince's apartments?
Oh, I guess probably there has to be.
The Swan's Nest. I hope it's worth it.
Wait, why did that one go away? Am I not? Was this a path of no return? Shit.
I should go. It's gonna be a long night.
Oh, this was a path of no return. Did I not see that? Shit. Oh, fuck. I have to start over. Okay. Since I haven't gone forward, I'm just gonna restart this and like get as far as here and then start again. I'm gonna look for the door first. I had no idea that was the beginning and the end of that. Shit. Oh, I'm thinking now about like all of my willpower bets. Am I gonna be as lucky? Fuck. What? Wait, what? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, fuck. All of this is one scene, so restarting the scene means I restart all of Caleb's as well. Fuck. Okay, I can't record all of Caleb's as well. I don't remember what I did for Caleb's part. Shit. Oh, because I went through the wrong door. It's so annoying. I was going to like redo this, and then I tried to do it because I thought I'd start with Emem. I did not start with Emem. Nope, no I did not. I started with Caleb, and then I remembered, oh fuck, Caleb, Emem, and Leisha and this are all one scene. So if I restart this scene, I'm restarting all the way with Caleb. I'm like, I'm not about to do that shit. Fuck it. So I unfortunately will not be making use of that key. I will not be finding out. Sorry, I'll not be finding out what it opens. So that sucks. Anyways. My dear Dajan, you know the high regard I have for your advice and the even higher value I place on your special arrangement. That is why I ask you to carry out the task we discussed yesterday, a task you were extremely reluctant to undertake. I appreciate your objection, but the Hartford Chantry is our best option right now. When I say right now, it is because I'm counting on the situation changing. A change you yourself will be party to. In the interest of my project, I cannot reveal the details, especially in writing. Smarter than Berel. He was over here exposing his whole crime just in 4K. Like, bro, this is an email. You're leaving a paper trail, you dumbass. But keep in mind that I know where you are from and what your ancestors went through. Hartford is nothing more than a means, a tool that can be replaced. Help me, and when the time comes, I will help you. Fondly, a Hazel Iverson. Well, was that Hazel? That was for Hazel, right? Prince of Boston, yeah. Well, sorry, babe, he already left. I feel like when I go back downstairs, April will be there.
I didn't know Hazel was into music.
BFDAC. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. BFDAC. Tchaikovsky. Swan Lake. Okay. I'm okay. Does Emem know how to play the violin? I have to be really... Oh. Confidential. My prince, I have passed your, I'm guessing, request for more information about Mr. Underwood on to Jason Moore. I can only congratulate you for taking such an initiative. I have observed a steady increase in Mr. Underwood's contacts with mortals around the globe, particularly in South America and India. He's very secretive, but he hides his financial transactions better than his contacts. He has a need to control everything at all times and uses every channel at his disposal to keep up with the latest news. Like most blue bloods, he is a workaholic who trusts no one but himself. Since he became Caleb Bazori's child, the family business he inherited has grown into a vast, sprawling network that controls the sugar industry from production to sales. He has often flouted the rules of the masquerade. I suspect he has even gone against many of our principles on several occasions. In any case, without being able to prove it, I wouldn't be surprised. At court, Mr. Underwood is a veritable fox. He knows how to increase his influence, especially since Mr. Bazori has taken a step back. In fact, he is the most prominent member of your clan after yourself, but he also has close ties to the members of your primogen, Hilda McAndrews in particular, but also to a lesser extent, Richard Dunham. The interdependence he has cultivated makes him a threat to your interests. It would be very easy for him to bypass your authority if he felt like it. He has many ways of applying pressure. I do not mention here the business of other members who are dependent on his goodwill, but I am enclosing several documents showing these connections. Your devoted servant, Caius Leto. Interesting. Mr. Underwood could be getting a coup together. Could be staging a coup.
I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol. I get the feeling something's missing.
Something's definitely missing. But whatever it is, I do not have it.
There are faint marks on the wall.
This opens, doesn't it? Fuck! Fuck! There's a key! There's a key! This opens. There's a fucking key. Okay. It's probably the key that I... Holy shit. Who that? Is that someone that she's feeding? I'm afraid.
It's... Miley?
Oh, it's Miley. Oh yeah, we were able to save Miley. I'll be right with you, Miley.
I understand better now why Dajan never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
So she probably knows I'm in here. Anyways, my prince. My trip to New Orleans was not for nothing. I was able to learn a lot about Dajan Siaka's past. I really combined his name. He is the child of one Marie de Ratchet. If her name isn't familiar, that's to be expected. She is rather ordinary. But interestingly enough, she has ties to the Hartford Chantry. Indeed, not long after her unauthorized embrace, she was sentenced to final death by the Hartford Tremere. Her escape led her to Louisiana, where she met Siaka. She embraced him in a voodoo ritual that I didn't understand much about. But it seems that it left a deep impression on Mr. Siaka, who has been influenced by this magic throughout his existence. It appears he has come to New England to settle a score with Hartford. I think we could use this to our own advantage given the arrangements we envision. For example, we can make him part of the Boston court. It shouldn't be too hard to make him your puppet, especially if we promise to solve his problem. He could then be put in contact with the Chantry, perhaps a sleeper agent, or he could take on responsibilities while remaining your puppet. However, if Deneb Osborne were to discover what I have learned, Mrs. Siaka's existence would undoubtedly be threatened. It's up to you to decide. However, I think this is a golden opportunity that it would be a shame to pass up. I plan to stay a few more days to clarify some points. I'm sending you this message through a reliable servant. I will return to the court as soon as possible. JD. I want to say Jason, but Jason usually ends his letters with... Ooh. Pretty sure I found the thing. Jason usually ends his letters with your eternal servant. Damn, Miley's face is fucked.
Hazel had another child before Miley?
Oh.
Shit. I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised.
Girl, spoilers! Delson. Mission report, May 17, 1991. Destruction of... I'm gonna just call it Cardiel. Successful. The details. As per advanced information, your child was found in a warehouse in Off-Bench Street. The area was deserted. I entered the premises at approximately 2:20 a.m. When Cardiel saw me arrive, he seemed to understand what was going on. At first, he tried to negotiate, but when I knocked him down, he quickly got up and tried to escape. It was only after he was thrown against the wall that he really understood that only one of us would ever leave the hangar. His head hit a metal railing many times. He then stopped moving altogether. I went to get the gas cans I had brought with me earlier. After spraying gasoline all over the premises, I set it on fire. I stayed there until the fire was over. Your child is now ancient history. Why not just, I don't know, fucking stake the motherfucker through the heart, or I don't know, just that just seems so brutal. Rip his head off. Do something quick and easy. Interesting that she had another child before Miley, but even more interesting that she destroyed this child. This is a beautiful bathtub. I wonder how functional this is, because I know like bathtubs, the ones that you're supposed to soak in, they're really supposed to have that like slant at the back, and that's where you're supposed to rest your back. New modern bathtubs that just go straight down are like very uncomfortable in that sense. So that's very pretty, but I wonder how functional it is. Like, yeah. I mean, the whole like building, the whole apartment, everything, it all looks nice from an aesthetic point of view, but if there's one thing I've learned from my industry, it's like just because something is attractive aesthetically does not necessarily mean it is functional or it is, you know, user friendly.
Emem?
Miley.
I was never here, bitch.
That you?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
That's not her, but she's probably really weak right now. I don't see her. I don't want to start lying yet. Oh damn, we tied. Come on. Come on, please.
Shh.
That was scary.
It's not important. How are you doing? I heard you almost didn't make it. I didn't think it was that serious.
Maybe I shouldn't have talked to her.
How are you holding up?
They destroyed my face. I have a hard time talking.
It's okay. It's okay. The bastards. Who the hell did this to you?
Incendiary bullet. Caught fire in seconds. My skin peeled off. My eye melted.
Okay, I think I get it. Ugh. You're gonna be alright, you hear? You're a fighter.
Emem. I won't tell Hazel. But you have to leave. She doesn't like visitors.
It'll only take me a sec.
Thanks for keeping my secret, girl. I hope you get better. Okay, that's just a wall. Oh.
I wonder if...
Oh! Where are my notes? Okay. B... F... D... A... B.
That noise. Something moved.
Okay. Is there anything else? Ooh, bitch.
So
Okay.
Hazel has her eye on my clubs. Ugh, politics. Always politics. What's her game?
Am I gonna get
Is
destroyed?
this how she thanks her allies?
Dear Jason, as Prince of Boston, you know I'm always looking for opportunities to expand my domain. A few of my counselors have brought an opportunity to strengthen our hold on Boston's nightlife in my attention. I would like you to evaluate the acquisition of a number of venues. A specific list is attached to this letter. These venues happen to be currently used by Emem Lewis, whom you do not know very well. She's one of our kind, but I ask for your utmost discretion regarding this matter. She wants Emem's
That explains why Hazel's holding off on Feng's embrace. Underwood. What a creep.
My prince, I've heard that you fear the departure of my sire, Caleb Bazori. Indeed, the progressive departure of the eldest member among us is a matter of concern, especially when it involves such a loyal and valuable element. The music is creeping me out. The music makes me feel like I'm about to close this and then get attacked. Especially when it involves such a loyal and valuable element as Caleb. However, I believe I have a way to keep him at your disposal for a while longer. My sire is rather infatuated with a promising young woman. He wishes to embrace her more than I have ever seen him desire anything. Why, you may ask? Why choose to have another child when you already have a child as accomplished as myself? Oh, go fuck yourself, Underwood. I wouldn't dare to comment on the subject myself and would join you in your question. So, this is, Feng. As the object of his desires is named, should be formally this Feng as the object of his desires is named, should be formally presented to you very soon. You know how dear old Bazori stands on tradition. Of course, he will only embrace her when you have given him permission to do so. That is why I suggest you use some obscure excuse, such as the overcrowding of Boston, for example, to stall for time. He will understand if there is anything Caleb is good at. It is understanding princes, even when they make decisions that go against his interest. Ask him for more time, postpone it, or even simply ignore his request, and he will be all the more ready to prove his worth to you, to show you he deserves it. I obviously do not expect any form of compensation for this advice. The mere act of serving my prince in the court of Boston, of performing my duty, in short, is payment enough for me. Sincerely yours, Berel Underwood, member of the Primogen.
Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash.
Bazori, evaluation by Jara Dorori. During Quentin King's reign, Caleb Bazori was always above reproach, performing every task assigned to him without batting an eye. He is the consummate tool for doing dirty work, as he is cold and efficient. I won't even begin to tell you how many thin-blooded anarchs or dissidents he has faced and defeated. Such overwhelming loyalty to your predecessor would suggest that he be sidelined or even removed. Nevertheless, I urge you to not rush down this path. On the contrary, keeping Caleb Bazori as close to you as possible seems to me the wisest thing to do. Indeed, his loyalty was not to Quentin King, but to the role of the prince, and today that is you, Miss Iverson. Caleb Bazori could quickly become one of your best assets. I remain at your disposal to provide you with the reports on his various missions, but a reading of everything seems unnecessary, as there is far too much of it.
Hazel said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Leisha were to find out...
Dear Miss Iverson, it is with heavy heart that I confirm that I carried out your orders last night. Halsey is no more. So you will most certainly experience less fear of new incidents. I've already made arrangements at the Institute for Leisha because I am certain that she will be shocked and that she will become unwell. While I understand your reasons, with all due respect, I must warn you that Halsey's disappearance will not necessarily result in increased potential for Leisha to have vision. I will tell Leisha there has been an unfortunate accident, and if required, I will manipulate her memories to avoid the worst. You can count on my discretion, and I will be tone? Basically he won't, okay. Regarding this matter, sincerely yours, Dr. Richard Dunham. Oh my fucking god. I knew she was capable of some fucked up shit, but my god. I feel like I should be able to undo everything that I've done. I'm speechless. She was just a baby. Like, I knew Hazel was capable of some really vicious shit, but to destroy someone's baby, someone's child, just to encourage them to have more visions. Like, it's not just demented. Like, it's not just like cruel. It's also dumb as hell, because you could have shattered her mind. She's already fragile. You kill the one thing that's keeping her. Like, me personally, I would be more interested. Okay, this sounds fucked up, but it makes more sense to use Halsey as a way to keep Leisha on the line. Like, how do you know Hazel, like, Leisha won't try to destroy herself? Like, it just seems like a very, it just feels like she went from 0 to 100 so fucking quick and for no fucking reason. Or at least her reason, like, it just seems like a bad idea. Like, I can't even give her, like, the strategic point, because she has no way of guaranteeing that this is going to work. This feels like the Hartford thing all over again. Like, throwing your cards in people who have not yet proven that they're able to do the thing that they're saying that they can do. It just, my head hurts and my heart, it hurts as well, because I really liked Halsey. She was such a sweetheart. I think that's everything, and even if it wasn't, I can't get out. Oh, fuck me.
I heard you poking around.
Let's run through.
Hazel's trying to buy out the Black Rattlers. Did you know?
Don't be angry, Emem. It's not about you.
That remains to be proven. Why didn't she tell me?
Emem makes everything about herself.
Don't talk.
That's gonna have to change if she wants me to join her council. Hey. Hazel has no intention of letting Bazori embrace his retainer, does she?
How do you...
Doesn't matter. Answer the question.
She's scared. She'll lose an ally. She's all alone, Emem.
That doesn't excuse her lies. Caleb deserves to know.
Her. He would have stayed. He's really loyal.
Hazel needs him. Especially now.
This is the danger of not trusting the people around you. Like, that's the thing about trust, isn't it? It's always a gamble. You're playing, but the thing's, like, if you're wrong, they can hurt you really bad, but if you're right, they can help you more than you can even imagine. But, like, when you refuse to, like, trust people ever, you do things like this, you manipulate everyone around you. And some people get lucky, and their manipulation is never discovered, and you get to have, like, just everything works out for the manipulator, and the person being manipulated likely never finds out. But then sometimes you don't get lucky, you end up losing the thing that you probably would have gotten if you had just trusted them in the first place. Because I can't imagine Caleb just throwing Hazel into the wolves. I feel like even with a child, he would still maintain his dedication to his duty. He would still be what Hazel needed him to be, if only to like show his gratitude. But because she wouldn't even do that, she's likely lost him anyway. The second he finds out, and he's probably gonna find out. After knowing what she did about Halsey, if I get a chance to tell him, I'm fucking telling him, because like, that is vile. That is vile.
Did you know about Leisha's kid? Did you know Hazel gave the order to destroy her?
It was necessary.
This
Too
girl
many
is
problems. She was dangerous.
Ugh. Cause it's like, how can you be so, like, it's just, she's in a cult of two, like her and Delson, and she's just in a little cult, just like justifying everything Hazel does no matter what. It's like, babe, you're like, if she could do that to other people, she can do it to you. People like her do not have people that they really truly trust. They can't. They're like, they literally cannot. I'm making a lot of absolutist like umbrella statements. Ignore me, what do I know, I guess. But I'm just saying, she killed her last child. The only reason Miley's still alive is probably because Miley's easier to control. She's clearly got
Hazel
problems.
does what she thinks is right. Not to hurt anyone. She's a good person, Emem. For real. She's trying to protect us.
I hope you're right.
Girl, she destroyed her last child. I wonder if Miley knows, because it's literally right here. Let me just leave if I can. I don't know. I think I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to restart the game. I really do not want to have to restart this entire playthrough. They have deluxe outfits? This is cute as hell, bitch. This is cute as hell. Hold on. I might just play the rest of the game in this outfit. Fuck. If I ever get out of this room. I'm so irritated right now. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. I'm tired.